To go along with my garden tour walkthrough, I thought I would just quick show you. We were able to harvest all the garlic, and I thought I'd just throw that in and I can give you guys a little show. I was actually pleasantly surprised for the lack of rain that we do have. There is small bulbs. See? That's kind of small. That's kind of useless, but we eat them or we sell them as a group pack. But there is also some really nice ones. Grab this one here. That's a good size bulb. There's nothing to complain about. As you can see, they've been sitting here curing already for a few days, and the paper is already starting to come. So we can clean these up soon and get them ready for styling. I'm gonna keep the cats off here. They're only on here. I am over here because I haven't fed them yet today. But here, I'm gonna just let you guys have a look. I'm actually quite happy with that. So that's a good win for this year. Some of them are smaller, some of them are perfect size. Can't complain about it too badly for the lack of rain that we had. Well, somebody was cleaning one out already. So pretty they can get when they're all cleaned up. There's another one. What do you think, Midnight? Do you approve? So I don't know if you guys know, but we're in drought. It's not good. It's been a rough summer. So I'll just walk around and show you some of the things. So this corner here is my sweet corn patch. As you can see, this 3 rows are a lot smaller. This was all planted at the same time. This was a different variety. Vision, I believe it was called. I have used Vision many times in the past. Never a problem this year. There was like no germination, so I've had to replant that. So this stuff is further along, which is okay because then I get to different times. So, and then we'll just keep walking. Some cauliflower. These 2 are cauliflowers, and this one is starting to show me a nice head. So in a few days, when it gets a little bit bigger, I'm gonna wrap these leaves around it to blanch that. This is broccoli. These ones aren't showing much, although I see a little something. Surprising, I am so surprised with this broccoli that I'm seeing things happening just because it has been so hot. Today feels like, I believe, 36 degrees Celsius. So I'm surprised we're getting anything happening. This head looks fantastic. I really should be taking that, so it doesn't start flowering, because it will, especially in this heat. I can see I might have to chop that one tonight. This one is looking awesome as well. Like my hand, they're looking fantastic. This last weekend I did this one, and you can see if you cut it, they'll bring you little shoots, and no, it won't be a full head again, but it'll give you shoots. This one, so this is what I thought would happen. Weird heads because of the heat, and I'm only having this one do that. But I mean, I'll still take that, and you can still chop that all up. Like, see, like that's still totally fine. It's like a little floret, so you can still eat that. Yum. And then this one's coming. I would say it's got another day or 2 yet before I'll pick it. And then, see, this is one of the spots that aren't so good. Along here, I had planted parsnips. They didn't show up. I've thrown parsnip seed back in. Still see nothing. We'll see. This is more cauliflower, and oh, this one has a little start happening in there, just so slightly. Next, we have some tomatoes. They're doing okay, this row. I see lots of flowers, and I see, now can you see that? There's a few fruits happening, so we'll just watch that. So far they're showing that they're not minding this heat. I put straw mulch down. I think that definitely is helping. There is weeds, guys. We just went away on holiday, which was much needed. And I came back and I haven't had time to weed yet, so forgive me. But I thought I would show you because I want to do it right away. But look at this. Oh my goodness. Look how pretty of purple that is. This one's maybe a little bit farther gone, but like, wowzers, beautiful. And this will be I'm not sure what color that for sure will be. Maybe it's a pink. This one's looking like it's gonna be pink. And just more flowers. Oop. Some cosmos, and any sunflowers you see in my garden, I do not plant sunflowers. They are just volunteers. And this one is just about to pop its face open. And these are way smaller than they've ever been. I think it's because of the dryness. I have 2 rows of beans, and as you can see, germination was not fantastic. I believe this is the yellow bean row. The green bean row is better, but not fantastic either. So we'll go over here. Oh, we got pretty sunflowers. That's pretty. Oh, look at you. See the little bee in there? Can you see him? There he is. You're welcome, buddy. So, oh, look at, see? That's a Canadian crookneck. Died while I was gone. That one's doing okay. They're a little yellow. There's that one, and the rest of this row eaten by bugs. So I'm going to be, in the next day or two, completely cleaning this out, and I'm just going to throw any seeds in the ground that I possibly can that I think might pop up yet. This row is now just weeds. None of that came up. None of that. So that's just all junk. I'm telling you, this is probably the worst year of germination I've ever had in the history of me planting a garden. Then I got some zinnias, and look at how short they are, and how there's flowers. What? Never. I'm telling you guys, it's dry. It's really concerningly dry. There's a little green one. That one's pretty. Pretty Lizzie's. Okay, so yes, it looks like this is a row of sunflowers, but it's not. This is the 15, I think it was called, it's a cave bean, I think it was called, from Baker Creek. They're a climbing bean, and germination wasn't fantastic. There's holes, but it's okay enough that they're starting to climb. I'll probably have to like work that in a bit, but they're doing okay. Let's go over here. So I divide my garden into sections. So this is the one section that goes straight down, and this whole section straight down to there. There's sunflowers in the way, to the other orange marigold, all the way down. In the center is radishes, carrots on this side, carrots on this side. Germination, look at nothing on this side, but a couple at the end. This side was better. It was a different variety. It did better. There's some on this side down further. I like to do this because then the radishes come up really quick. So you see your row right away. Carrots take a little bit longer. So in the herb garden, some of the herbs are doing okay. The dill looks great. Some of my plants, I've lost parsley, I've lost sage. Like sage that has been here for years. It's just so dry. My oregano looks sad. See, that was some sage, like there's a bit there, but that rest in the middle, done. So there's a few onions. And then I got some beautiful cabbages. Some are looking fantastic. Like that, I could probably pick that guy. Look how that one, look at, oh my gosh. So yeah, I was saying all of the yellow beets, they're harder to germinate, I find, than my pink ones or my red ones that are, and I do the pink ones. They're not quite so earthy tasting. They're called chaga, and so that's what I've been using. So I was super duper duper late on planting peas. I never got around to it, early spring peas. I just had this little space, so I quick threw them in. They're not going to be as tasty as they are in the spring, but I figured just for a handful, I have spaces now that I will be doing a lot of fall crops. Then I have a couple glads with some calendula. I let pop up in between there. And then I have a row of kidney beans because I can a lot of kidney beans. The beginning of this row of kidney beans didn't happen, so I replanted them. That's why they're smaller. And then the rest of the row. And then I have eggplants, and I'm seeing even on the eggplants these darn potato bugs. So, they are such a pest. And I'm having a lot of pests this year. I think it's because their plants are struggling. My plants struggle. I think pests like that. So some onions. And then I had a whole row planted of turnips, and I pretty much got 2. So I left them, and I planted right beside them some kidney beans. I added them when I was doing that other row, and even there well, they're very tiny, and they're just not coming because they didn't get rain. So I have a bit of Swiss chard. Normally at this time of the year, I am eating monster Swiss chard, and well, yeah. Along in there is some flowers planted. They just haven't really done too much of anything yet. Another walking stick kale at the end of each of this panel. Look at my cucumbers. They're dying. One, they're getting eaten by bugs now because they're stressed. So I think I have one kind of cucumber that's a 70-day. I'm going to replant them just even in there and see if I can get them going. I don't know. We'll see. So we have some more carrots. And then I have peppers, and I kind of like zigzag planted. So like on an angle, on an angle, on an angle. Because I've heard that they like to hold hands. We'll see. I've never done this before. This way. So I have like different varieties. Most of them are California Wonders. A few Nadapinos. Just trying to think. I don't have any bananas this year, but I did Jimmy Italians. I like those. So nothing hot. I'm not a hot person, but I am seeing. Oh, this is an Alma. I can tell by that. This is a little Alma. So that's paprika pepper. So I'm seeing there's a little Cali Wonder. Oh, Twin Gold as well. That's a yellow bell pepper. So this mess, because I haven't weeded it all down here, and I watered before we left, so that's why the weeds really came out. There's more onions, different types of onions. So some are further along than others, and more onions. And then more onions that really need to be weeded. And then some glads that popped up from last year when I planted them here and I didn't take the bulbs out. And then mixed in, like right there, that's a leek. They need some water. Then we got 2 rows of tomatoes. So here and here, I lost 4 tomato plants. So I had a whole bunch of extras left over in my greenhouse. I still even have a couple that are probably going to die a slow death, but so I replanted that one, So he's just a small little fella. I didn't technically this one didn't die. That was my end row, but I have so many things that died out here. I thought I can move it over. So added one. These guys are looking really good. I think these are the new paste tomato that I'm trying. I have to double check my paper, but I think these are the Fang, white or something Fang. And I got them from Baker Creek. So I'm gonna double check. But they're really producing a lot of fruit, and I'm excited. So this was one that died. The other red bag is the one that died. That one died. So I guess 3 only died. But anyway, so I just planted those before we went away. And I had these 2 red bag things. I think they're called Cozy Coats. I can double check. And you fill water like in here and you put it around and it's like slowly seeps. And I bought them this spring. An Amish lady close to me was selling them and was swearing by them. So I thought, sure, why not? I'll buy some. And I kind of put them in the back cupboard in my greenhouse and forgot all about it. And I'm like, shoot, you know what? These guys are going to struggle because I haven't used it yet. These guys are going to struggle because I just planted them and it is hot, hot, hot. So I pulled them out. I wish I had more now. So you put it on when they're small and they'll grow up. And my neighbor has one too, and they like just grow right through there. So it's like almost a trellises as well. So we'll see how that goes. I kind of want to get some more because I am growing some tomatoes in my greenhouse this year. And those tomatoes in my greenhouse, I'm planning on saving those seeds because it's the same plant, like variety of plant. Because none of these, I mean, I could save the seeds. It's just that it wouldn't be a true plant. So I'm seeing lots of work. This is what happens when you go away. Seeing lots of work that needs to be done. This plant just doesn't look like it's healthy. I don't know. It looks a little sad. Doesn't look unhealthy. Doesn't look too healthy. That one, like, beautiful bushy plant. So lots of tomatoes. They're not doing too bad. I can't complain. Look at there. That looks really nice. Can you guys see that? Pretty. And then over here, darn. I really need to get out here and work in the garden. But I thought I'd just do a quick walkthrough first with you guys. So there's a couple more eggplants. I had something else planted here. I'm trying to think what, and they died. So I planted eggplants because I had some more, and a few eggplants died. So I only have 3 now here, whatever. There's something in this row. These are Brussels sprouts, and the plants are actually looking really, which is really weird because they're also like a brassica. So I don't know why my brassicas are doing so well when it's absolutely insanely hot. They do have bug damage, so I might have to put something on them. Something natural on them, like some DE or something. Is that what it's called? Diatomaceous earth. And see if that will help. But they're looking good. Like, I can't complain. This very weedy mess here is my popcorn. As you can see, I did 4 different rows. This one row was a different variety. I thought I would give it a go. And I got, like, I don't know, in this whole row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plants. The germination was not good with that variety. I have to look at again what that was, and yeah, maybe not again. So, yeah. So this mound was a mound for, let me double check, green striped cashew. I think I got that from someone. It was a plant because I brought it out here. And it got eaten alive by these boogers. Look at, and they run away as soon as you try to get them. They're awful. It's like if the plants are stressed though, you can't keep them going. And my plants are so stressed. So this one I know is Georgia Candy Roaster. Look how stressed this thing. Holy smokes. No, this is my Georgia Candy Roaster. What are you? Let me double check. Okay. Blue winter squash. That's what it says. Sorry. So this is blue winter squash. Georgia candy roaster. Looking pathetic. And then underneath this beautiful sunflower was Steph's Kerr winter squash, and it died. They ate it alive. I replanted it, and there was 2 beautiful leaves the next day. They were complete skeletons. They were just completely eaten. So I need to plant something in this area to make it productive. I have 3 rows of those potatoes. They're looking okay, very weedy. In this bed, I have the asparagus, and I have crowns I'm wanting to plant, or I planted in here. So I don't want to mix up too much of this stuff. All of my melons eaten alive. It's like a theme here. A couple of the celery that I have looking sad and pathetic. Nothing happened over here because, yeah, that was where I had put more asparagus seeds. That one, there's a few onions. My cucumbers that were along this trellis, eaten alive. So all of this stuff that's eaten alive, I'm just gonna replant this for fall stuff. And this is looking sad. This is my celery. This is doing fantastic from last year. And I'm really hoping to save seeds once this comes. I'm actually very excited about that. That's great. There's a bit of lettuce left in here. Most of it's kind of petered, looking pretty gross. And then my strawberry patch, I'm going to rip that all out because it is so full of weeds. You can't even find the strawberries in there anymore. That's what happens after a while. See, I'm going to tell you, this is what happened. That's supposed to be a cucumber. They've been eaten. This whole bed I didn't even plant because this was the bed that I was keeping separate for fall planting. But now I got lots of space for fall planting due to the fact that a lot of things either died because of heat or bugs. There is one sad lone harvest melon. So that's a melon. Oh, I see a little tiny dude, but they're not doing anything. Like, they're just not doing anything. This bed was the bed of like anything left over, throw it in here. And now it's like, well, I'm glad I did because I don't know. So there's an extra stevia plant that I had. I threw it in here. Kohlrabies. I had already grown out most of my kohlrabies, so I threw the last ones that were still in a packet. I think those are kohlrabies as well. That's a cabbage of some sort. I had it. I think I lost most of the other ones, and I had that one left, so I just clicked through it in there. This was the only banana pepper. I need to water. I just came home, guys. And the tomato plant that I transplanted looks like it died while I was gone. I left these onions go to seed. I would like to collect those seeds too. Those are from last year's. They're mostly purple onions. Everything just looks so sad. This bed, I think I put too much straw on this. I was having a hard time. These guys are slowly germinating. So I might pull back some of this straw. I see like one little guy there, and then these guys are here. Oh, I see another little guy right there. They're slowly coming, but this bed, I think maybe I mulched too heavily. This is my sweet potato bed, and it looks okay. Like, I'm okay with this. I lost a few in the center. I'm not sure why quite right. They're just in the center I lost them. I don't know. So that's okay. I'm happy with the rest of it. They could be fuller, but this is kind of the year. We haven't been getting the rain, and things are just not taking off as fast as other years. There is some Tulsi, or it's a basil. What's the other name? I always go by Tulsi. Holy basil. And that was all volunteer. because I had one here last year and it just must have seeds. I might pull some and move it into my herb garden, some of it. I don't want to do too much. It's so hot. I'm afraid I'll just kill most of it, although there is another little, maybe I'll move that one. This is my loofahs. They're alive, but they look sad. It's also like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's almost, I need to get going and choring here soon. So everything looks a little tired from the day. It's been hot. Over here we have a squash. Yay! I'm seeing some babies happening. Well, yay. Now this is, might have to put this on the screen, the name of it. It's a new squash that I'm trying this year. It's a really long one. I'll put it on the name. I'll put it right here for myself. And then this whole bed, I had completely planted in melons. I had this huge thing in my head. I was gonna plant tons of melons, chop it up, and put them in my freezer. None of them are here. They're all gone. They've all been eaten, every single one of them. So yeah, no melons, except for that one small little teeny tiny friend over there. Hopefully it does something. This bed, see, I think it's not quite as thick over on this bed. And so I'm seeing more plants. So I definitely am gonna come along and pull back, even now that there's a bare spot here. I'm gonna pull back some of the straw because it is slowing to germinate. My blueberries look okay. These are 2 new ones I planted this year. They need watering again. I have to make sure I water those in a lot. Like, they're doing better. Ever since I had this cloth down, they have been doing so much better. I've had these plants for years and they did absolutely nothing. This plant even gave me a grand total of 3 blueberries this year. So yay. I got these bags, decided I would try them just for something different. This one is doing fantastic. I believe it's a German pink. I had also a German pink in the second one. I believe it was actually a raccoon because I planted an egg, then my tomato in, so it dug up my plant to get to the egg. I was not impressed. So he threw up my plant. By the time I realized it was dead. So that's why it's a bit smaller, because I replanted. And then I had some cinnamon basil, I believe this is. I believe this is cinnamon basil, or maybe it's blue spice basil. That's right, blue spice basil. And there, this one has some flower, some stevia, and a rosemary. This one has a hollyhock in the center, and then had other plants, but they have deceased. And then in here I have, in the last one, some more kohlrabies, I believe. And so, yeah, that's pretty much so it. We have goods, we have bads. I am not complaining because it may sound like I am, because I know there's a lot that have died or not germinated. But guys, it's really dry. Like, we are dairy farmers and we rely on making a lot of hay. We'd had a fantastic first cut. We are not having a good second cut. If you're relying on hay, I suggest you find some and get it put away. Unless we get some rain soon. We are forecasted for some rain tomorrow, but is it a little late? I'm not saying it isn't. So we will keep pressing on. There's gonna be food here. Even on this dry year, there's still food here. So I am not complaining. Thank you, Lord. I am blessed. It's just not last year. And so I hope you guys all have a fantastic day. We'll see you around. Bye-bye.